This is Daily Spiritual Gossip, and I wanted to come on here. um, I had to drop my kids off, but I made sure I put lipstick on. I didn't want to look too crazy. But sometimes your biggest fans, excuse me, let me fix that. Sometimes your biggest haters are your biggest fans. And the reason why I say that is because this morning I started thinking about Selena. And for people who don't know, which is weird if you don't know, Selena was an amazing Hispanic singer. She was killed in the 90s by the leader of her fan club, who was supposedly her biggest fan, but her biggest hater. And the reason why I thought of that this morning is because of what I'm going through. And I'm not saying fame or nothing like that, but what I'm saying is the message in it. And a lot of people use Christ's message about how Judas kissed, he kissed Judas and he was his biggest, hater, and he turned on him. And that story is 100% a story that anybody could understand the meaning behind it, whether you believe in Christianity or not. That's up to you. But the message of it, you understand what I'm saying? And the reason why I'm bringing it to a spiritual level is because some people carry this light inside. I mean, I know people have been around people that you see that light, you see that goodness, that greatness in them, and it makes you just want to be around them. When you come around, you smile, you like them. You know what I mean? You like that spirit, you like something about them, and you see it, and you like, man, I like that. And some people carry that. And if you're one of those people who you carry a light inside, you just love being you, and you feel like you want to make people better around you, you just want to love on people, you want goodness, and you want to shine, and you're okay with being you. You don't want to steal from nobody, you just want to be you. You have to understand that a lot of people around you, they could be your biggest fan. They could say, oh, I love you. They can be your family, it could be whatever, but they can be also your biggest hater. And when you take that away from them, that light, that goodness inside, when they feel that they can't live under that no more, they can't absorb it, they can't feed off of it like a vampire, then they turn into who they really are, which is your biggest hater. And I think people need to look at her story, and I'm looking at it more now. I remember when I was in high school when she was killed, and I was just like, I mean, if you go back and look at some of her stuff, like especially that concert where she had that purple on, she was a baddie. I mean, beautiful. And that light, and when she performed, you could see that. But you can also see why that woman attached herself to her. Why she was so mad that she didn't want to be around her anymore, because she realized that she was wicked. She was stealing. She was a hater. And that woman felt like, if I can't be around this light, I can't absorb this spirit, I can't be part of this no more, then it shouldn't exist. And I think that's the bigger message to that woman's life and her story, because she had a beautiful legacy and she would have a beautiful future, but that lady hated that so much that she wanted to destroy it because she couldn't be a part of it. And that's the message I really want people to understand, is that when God puts goodness in certain people, you have to be careful, because the people around you could be, yeah, you're the bomb, blah, 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 cheering you on. But as soon as you take that away from them, as soon as they can't absorb you, they can't bask in your light, they waiting with that knife and that gun. So you should look for people, and this is something I'm learning in my 40s. You should look for people who have goodness inside them, who have their own light, who are comfortable with being them, that love themselves, that they can stand next to you and let your light shine, and they know their light is just as good, and they okay with that. Growing up, especially because my mother was one of my biggest haters, because she was disabled and I wasn't. And that bothered her so much inside. And I used to feel guilty because I wasn't disabled. And I said to myself, why feel guilty because you're not sick? That's on her. That's not on you. You should be okay with being healthier and happy. You deserve that. And I want people to understand that spiritual message through what I'm saying to you. Because it's not about fame. I mean, don't get me wrong. Selena would have been just, I mean, even now she is. Her legacy. But also people associate that hater with her. And I hate that part of her story, that people associate her biggest hater with her beautiful legacy. And I want people to understand that. You have to be careful. You have to look at your circle. You have to make sure that people around you love themselves, that they have their own light, and they're okay with being them. Because then it allows you to be you. It allows you to have your own light. And that's a good thing. That's a good relationship. So today's spiritual gossip, my little message today is, sometimes your biggest hater is really truly your biggest fan. But learn from them, grow, and move on. Get them out of your energy. Keep goodness in your energy. Let your light shine and don't apologize for it. Other people need to get their stuff together. They need to be comfortable with them, whether you got a gap in your tooth, whether you're shorter, whether you're bigger, taller, whatever you are. If you okay with you and you feel your light is good, your soul is good, why hate on somebody else? I can cheer you on your greatness because I want you to cheer on my greatness. I want you to see the greatness in me. And I'm good with that. Period. But her story just, I don't know why, but I thought of her story this morning and I said to myself, that is one of the greatest stories that you can really give people that is relevant this day, about how somebody can really truly be your biggest fan, but your biggest hater. It's an amazing story. And she was beautiful and amazing. And that lady, she couldn't stand it, but she loved her. She wanted to be her. But she hated that about her. And it's people like that. Demonic spirits like that in people. That they could be smiling and love you and hug you, but got a knife in their hand waiting to stab you. Waiting to kill you. So you got to check your circle. You got to check your circle. For real. Because you literally could be like Christ, kissing your betrayer. It is what it is out here now. That's how you know what times we in. And these stories were relevant back in the biblical days. And this was back when I was in high school in the 90s. And now here we are in 2023 and it's still relevant. So that means that demonic spirit is still in people and it's still floating. It hasn't changed. That betrayer. Check your circle. Daily Spiritual Gossip. Take care.